be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So. I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they would go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. You know, I love it. These worlds with care.
Yep, everything sounds good. What's up, guys? I'm just gonna put the link in. It hasn't started yet. I don't think started yet. So, 1 second.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Oh, it started? No, I missed it a little bit then. I didn't think I missed it. So, Watch Dogs Legion I missed. What else did I miss? That's it? I was not prepared for this one. Forgot all about it. What we got? Brawlhalla.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
What's up, Lobo? You said who will win it in a fight, Ragnar or Rolo? Probably Ragnar. Gallet, what up? I started late, so I'm actually on Eastern time. Yeah, I started late. I missed a few announcements. Tell you the truth, I didn't think I was going to stream this, to be honest with you. But everybody was like, you got to stream it. So I said, why not? Go stream it. And put it on big screen. Hey. You already know what I'm here for, Callie. I'm here for that AC Valhalla. You know, the dudes that came out my neck. But we gonna see what's up with this Valhalla. This may be a dumb question, but there's no such thing as a dumb question, bro. No such thing as a dumb question. What's up, Wood? Will you be streaming the July 23rd Xbox event? Of course. Yeah, of course. I actually have high expectations for that show on what they could show. I think they will show some good stuff there on the 23rd.
Hey, take this. Don't make me regret this.
Elite Squad, Tom Clancy, huh? Interesting. Pre-order now, get a new weapon. Typical Ubisoft.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a make or break.
First launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
In December 2015,
This is where Wings of Redemption's game of the year right here. This Rainbow Six, I never got into it. What's up, Jacob?
A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole
Terry, what up, bro? Good to see you.
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six.
Damn, even Ubisoft is calling Wings of Redemption toxic. They didn't put him in the montage. That sucks.
We also had our share of challenges.
We should. After that beta and everything, we should see it here. If it's not shown here, hey, Wood, just brace yourself. You already know what's going to happen. I'm going to drop a video as soon as it's over.
Through it all,
And that gameplay, if we do get gameplay, it better be absolutely amazing from the way dudes was coming at me.
together,
That'd be
we grow
amazing.
stronger.
Would you be able to put the volume up for the video just a bit? Yep.
Here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
I got you.
Look at this.
That should do the trick.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous.
Where's
Ce
my
jeu
volume?
est autant
Wait,
le
my
vôtre
volume's not even up.
qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now
was
60
it, Phil.
million
My volume
players
wasn't even up.
strong. We're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you guys showing up. I know I'm late to the party. Hey. What can you do, man? What can you do?
Dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new
What's up, Airman?
multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the Hyperscape.
This is that new title they were talking about? Okay.
Wait, what was that? A hack in the Hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay?
Looks good.
About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our
I
future
think we talked about
started
this
to
a
come
while
true.
ago, didn't we, guys?
We made some good decisions. We made some
Hyperscape.
bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we
2054.
are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people
Ah,
at
Battle
prison
Royale.
changed everything. They gave everyone a way out.
Appreciate the super chat, Freedom.
The Hyperscape.
Appreciate you, bro. He said,
In the Hyperscape,
I'm late to the event
biggest
too,
draw
so I
by
got to come
far
here.
is Crown
Hey,
Rush.
fat, appreciate you.
This is where anyone can become someone.
Yeah, I am getting Ready Player One vibes from this. So I'm guessing the knee slide's supposed to be like Vanquish. I remember Vanquish? Just give me Vanquish vibes.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life.
Facts. Mario.
But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future.
Yeah, definitely.
To the Hyperscape.
No gameplay, but
JC,
it looks
creative
promising.
director on
I ain't gonna lie, but there's not much I can
JC's
really
work
say
on
off
Far
of
Cry
this.
Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia.
Oh yeah, it is battle royale. Okay, so do get gameplay. There we go.
Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a
It looks alright,
kind of
not
deal.
bad. I might try this out. One of this a free
The
beta.
notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield.
Okay.
So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension.
Hey, Don.
So
Hey, crazy
every few
Don.
minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So
Okay.
for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Yeah, you're nice and crazy.
Watch and learn how it's done.
Okay, well, I thought they were shooting him. I thought like they were just like that was like a shield or something. So that means they're dead when they do that pixel thing. Okay. I was wondering what that was about. That's cool.
Let's show them what I'm made of.
One hit pistols.
Go time.
Okay. Okay. I can already see Ubisoft going crazy and ruining this with microtransactions. Like, hands down, guys. I can already see them doing it. That's what breaks my heart right now. I can see them doing it. Open beta, July 12th, 2020. 330 tier game or battle pass.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
Does the stream look good for you guys? I'm looking at it on my other monitor here.
I'm the production manager.
This monitor is
for characters and weapons on
not as
Hyperscape.
high tier as this one.
We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base.
Yo, why she look like the base model where Lara Croft was based off of, like the new one, the new Lara Croft games?
Would this person actually
This
like
chick on
this
the
type
left?
of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're
So are
very
they
excited to see
preset
it in people's
outfits?
hands.
No customization?
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from
Phil
Xbox.
Dominus Maximus
With Watch
Spencer.
Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Why does he look so tired? You guys see him?
We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April.
I see Phil's face. He
And
looks so
now
damn
it's time for a
tired.
deep dive into the world of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced
Bro, he looked
Assassin's Creed
tired as
Valhalla,
hell.
and the
Oh,
reaction
no.
from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring.
Well,
When we
folks.
did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians.
Bro, show gameplay. We've seen this
Vikings
1,000
were
times.
actually
Ubisoft,
farmers
don't
trying
do
to find
this.
new lands for
Show
them to
gameplay.
settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the
Freedom Free
Vikings
says
did,
smart delivery
to
is
really
nuts.
experience
Shout out to the
what
super
it meant
chat.
to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game.
I don't know, guys. We're not off to a good start
It is
here.
the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings. We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Can somebody help me in the chat? What's going on here? In-game footage, work in progress. Here we go.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea.
Oh my god, it's the exact same gameplay that leaked, guys. Only it's a little sharper for the visual. I'm done. It's the exact same thing.
The good of our clan, it is time we go our Vikings. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties. A land of opportunity.
It's the exact same thing.
As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Exactly, Mario.
Your crew will assist
the exact same gameplay.
Fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers.
Oh shit!
At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made.
Well, now y'all see why they took everybody's streams down. Over this.
The Viking Age was a time of
There it is.
warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
It looks exactly like Odyssey.
Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon.
That was cool.
Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
You could do that in Odyssey, but okay.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Oh boy.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
That's a cool
Not all situations
execution.
call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people.
I mean, that's nothing new. That's
From
been in this
capital cities
franchise
and
since the
villages
first 4.
to the dense
Okay.
forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Mythological creatures.
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults.
There's the
in which
elite
you
gameplay.
lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow
Lip syncing is god awful.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise, with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to Live your own Viking saga.
I'm real curious right now. 1 second. I'm curious right now. I gotta do this. We gotta see this. Like I said,
9th
guys.
century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before.
I had to do it.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
Yo, I'm with you on that, folks.
What you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Pretty much what you're doing in the game. Okay, what's this? J. Cross, Anthony Gonzalez. New IP? Oh, Far Cry? Is that what it is? Yeah, I forgot about Beyond Good and Evil. That game's like developmental hell, isn't it? Like we saw a gameplay of it, but it wasn't finished. Oh yeah, it's Far Cry. I remember that screenshot. Cool. Well, at least you got Far Cry if you guys are really into Far Cry. I never really got into it, to be honest. Liberated. Or liberated. I don't think they'll ever tackle. Well, they could, but I think it would have to be backed by like another party, you know, like another studio come up to them with an idea for Prince of Persia. I don't think they really care for Prince of Persia to give you another one. So, wow. Okay. Is that the show?
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
No, okay. Still more to it. Maybe gameplay.
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now. I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil.
Was Far Cry for next gen only, or was it for current gen?
A monster.
Diana?
And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster?
What's up, Bray?
Because our country,
You missed my epic reaction to the AC Valhalla gameplay,
it
though.
has two basic parts. Our people and you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
What's up, Crick?
You understand now? Brute.
Ah, you gonna tell him the Eradicator? That's pretty dark. 2021, okay. So I'm guessing next gen, or is it cross gen? Far Cry 6? I haven't really looked it
And
up.
with that,
across,
we're wrapping up our
Far Cry
first
6.
Ubisoft Forward.
Yeah, that's the mod from
We've seen the
Fresh,
next
yeah.
generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the
Legion
cyber
looks more
chaos of
polished.
Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back
Oh, it's
later
crossed,
this
yeah.
year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Hey everyone, this is Philippe Bergeron, otherwise known as Fizz. I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the quest that we're showing for Ubi Forward. Here we're
What's up,
looking
Eddie?
at the assault of Berg Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so here Avar, our Viking raider, is
He just had
taking
post-show.
a group of raiders and Furds into Berg Castle to go
Well,
and take down Ruin.
Here's more look in the gameplay, guess.
So who exactly is Ruid, and why does Eivor sort of want to pick a fight with him?
Basically, Ruid comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before.
So
Ruid
far
basically
for this
Oswald
game,
within
if I was
the
to be
territory,
honest,
and
right?
Oswald, who's
They
the
updated some things to the
elderman
combat,
to be
but it
to
still
inherit this
feels exactly
territory,
the same.
needs your help to
Nothing else
take
game
him down.
changing, really. You know what I
Oswald
mean?
having just been
Feels sort of the
defeated
same
in a
old, same
previous
old.
quest, and so here this is revenge,
Also-
but also accomplishing your ultimate goal.
So Fizz, as you're talking, we're
I do
seeing
find it funny though, the
combat
gameplay that was leaked
Valhalla.
around
Can you tell us a
ended
little
up being
bit
the
about changes
gameplay.
to combat this time around?
You know what I'm saying? It looks like it ended up being the gameplay for this show that was leaked earlier. Only this is more,
So we added like some
a little bit
dual linking to
more
the player,
non-compressed
like a stun system
looking.
in there. And we really needed to
So the only
change this to
thing
portray
difference
that
I
sort
can
of
see
the
with this
brutality that
is
comes
visual
with being
upgrade. That's
linking
it.
in this day and age, so it sort of fits into that.
It really does feel like a reskin
And the character.
of Odyssey. And the mythological fights can be could be better though. I could say they probably gonna be the cool part about this game. Not sure if they're gonna have Thor in here or nothing like that, but maybe that's probably what they're building up towards. Thor and all the other Norse gods.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally, it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson?
Yeah, the Black Flag was one of my
Swine is
favorites.
your prize. Come and get him.
So now that we've seen that Oswald is alive, we have Rued within our sights. What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies. They can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one against Rued in one of our boss battles, actually.
Your battle is not
That's definitely wonky, but
And it's worth pointing out, actually, that here what we're showing is the player going and facing off against Rued aggressively, but we tend to always have to support a 360-degree approach in these things. So the player could have approached this a little bit more stealthy and gotten at least like a good critical hit on either Rued or his wolf, and so you can play this a little bit more strategically if that's your playstyle.
So we're not only fighting Rued here, but
What's up,
also his
Nathaniel?
pet wolf, right?
Here, one of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first, just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat. Now, Rued will have extra abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf, but I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy in the whole.
yeah, I'm not really jumping out my seat over this. And the funny thing about it is too, we're still at this point, right, where games probably going to be charged $70 for, right? If that's the case, I don't really see nothing here that screams $70. Y'all feel me? Like I don't see it. I don't know. Does scream $70.
And all of them.
Do not drag me down to the sewage you wallow in.
We just had Dane fight tooth and nail for a Saxon.
Did they even give you a release date for this game? No?
You'd throw in with these wastrels? These arrogant swine?
Eivor, no! He should be tried
I don't
before
think they gave
God,
us a release
a
date,
lawful
did they?
assembly.
All right, so we've defeated Rued, we freed Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose: are you going to go against his witches
Said the show
or
live
to stay
felt like
true
it's
to your
really
nature?
So we have this choice to make, but before we get into that, I want to rewind a little bit because we just did this big grand assault, but Eivor couldn't have done it alone. She clearly had to recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about first gathering those troops.
Right. So
Here's the horse
when
combat,
coming up
guys.
to an assault,
Horse
it's a game
controls
of numbers.
exactly the
Eivor
same.
can go into pretty much any location and be a stealthy Viking, eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but you still need an army. So here what we're seeing is Eivor going around the countryside and raising what we call a fyrd, which is the men and the women of the territory who come up and fight in the name of a king. So here Eivor is going around and trying to convince people to fight in the name of Oswald to finally take down the oppressor that is Rued.
Defending East Anglia, defending you. Will you not do the same?
What? Die in defense of a lost cause?
Yeah, so she's really using like the image and like the leadership that Oswald had, what he meant to the people in his name. She's going to recruit these people.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theovard have their own battles to fight.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause. But first we sort of need to do him a favor, is that right?
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory, so I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope. And so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township, basically taking it back for the people and showing that there's a reason to continue fighting and then get them on your side. when Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite of abilities. So again, the improvements that we've done to the fight system. You have some brutal axe throwing in there. You have archery or like range combat abilities in there as well. So really, again, like depending on what your playstyle is, you can customize your loadout and go in there how you wish.
Fizz, we just saw this giant pulse go out. What exactly was that?
So that is what we call the Odin sight. The Odin sight is basically our interpretation of the eagle vision from previous games, and we thought it was good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition. It's how she perceives the world. When player uses that, it'll highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will bring her an advantage. So we'll have arrows, like health consumables that are in there. So it really is like a good way of sort of understanding the world and showing you like things that you can go and touch.
Oh man. Well, guys.
Speaking of things we can touch, we just picked up this awesome new weapon.
Something we want.
Like stuff like this looks good. I like the new artwork for stuff. Like the weapons, that looks good.
But you can invest in them more, so they become your.
But it doesn't scream
and so
next
depending
gen.
What your preferred playstyle is, or your preferred weapon type.
During next gen, hopefully it should look.
I'm gonna fight with this weapon and invest heavily into that.
Well, when it comes out eventually for the next gen consoles, they already confirmed they're not doing 60.
Skills for the player. So here you
So
can see the Valkyrie dive
we're not getting that 60 FPS bump at all for this. It's going to run at 30. So my guess, a lock 30 probably for the next gen consoles,
you can find these
and probably sharper visuals, and that's about it.
And invest in
animations and lip syncing should be a lot better.
Go into the different
this is definitely not worth $70 though.
And use those
so you already know what's about to come. Your boy gotta go ahead and get started on that because whoo-wee.
Troops for our assault. Let's jump.
Yeah, it's not. They're not doing 60 FPS on this. Let that sink in. For Series X and PS5, they're not doing it.
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Yep. If you want 60 FPS, you gotta get the PC version. Facts, they do.
Passion is a virtue.
We're talking about improving the franchise fluidity. You need 60 FPS.
Eivor decides
I
to
agree.
Let him live.
Blind
really angry about that.
Archangel. What's
being
up,
a
bro?
Norse Viking, being put to the death in battle.
That game ran at 30. That's the crazy.
Valhalla,
That game
so
ran at
basically
30, but that
denied
still has
access
some
to
really good
Valhalla in this
animations.
situation. Obviously, all of these
So,
decisions come into
I'm
play
probably
later
expecting
on in the
something
game, so
like that.
We have very difficult
People said the
decisions
same
for
about
player
the older
making. We wanna
games.
have
Why they
easy,
changed to the original
decisions.
format. You
Yeah,
can't please
when I was
anyone no
playing,
matter
I
what you
decided
do.
to listen to Oswald and spare Ruin's
Well,
life.
people were tired
what
of.
Exactly is the relationship
Well,
like
not really. I
between
wouldn't say
Eivor
that
and
much.
Oswald?
I think it was just the overall format. They wanted something new. They did give you something new with Origins, which is why it was received well. But they also want a continuous, like, they want to see evolution of the franchise. Basically, what I'm trying to say. Sean. They don't want to see the same thing that looks like a carbon copy, like a different setting. They want to see evolution. They want to see different stuff being added. I mean, this one, they're bringing back stealth. The importance of stealth, for God's sakes. And that's something that should have already been a thing.
Earlier on to the territory, Eivor comes in here, meets Oswald. The problems he had with Rued are sort of put to light, and going through the arc, you basically help him deal with Rued and aligning basically Danes with Saxons in one.
Yeah, animations do look really weird.
So, Fizz, we've completed the assault.
But
We've gotten our hands dirty with
say
some
work in
combat,
progress.
taken down Rued. We have this big open region of East Anglia, so before we head off to Oswald's wedding, what do you say we head out, have some fun, and see what we can get into in the open world?
That sounds great.
So we see a cat here with a speech bubble above it, and you best believe if you let me talk to a cat, I'm gonna talk to a cat.
Yeah, these are some of our some of my favorite moments actually in the game, where we put out a whole bunch of events throughout the territory. And it sort of rewards, again, exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor. A lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics and warfare, and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it permits us to explore that character a little bit more.
Yeah, this is painful.
And so
I think I'm just going to end the
basically,
stream
like,
here and
you're
just go ahead and
trying
start
to
on
help a kid
this video
with his cat and ultimately
because
get that cat.
I really don't want to look at this.
join
I'm not
your
even
crew,
interested, to be honest with
as
you
a
guys.
cat raider.
You just said cat raider. Way
I mean, I'm not
I
into
could
this.
have
I'm
a
not
cat
feeling it at
Viking
all.
raider on my
I will
life.
say I do like the
exactly
new
what I'm telling you.
bolts
Oh my God.
mechanics. Like it
I
says
love
take
it.
command, and you can like be on the front of it, like hanging on to it, like an old
as
school
you're
Viking
riding
film.
around
That's cool.
The rivers of
That's a
England,
nice
you
touch.
would see a cat basically walking around your
But-
longship, keeping your Viking raiders company.
It doesn't scream nothing. Yeah, y'all feel my pain. It does. I don't see nothing here that screams $70
bucks. About how that works and functions. In
And you already see Deuce Damage Control and saying it's work in
Starting
progress.
out on this project,
Hey
I think
man,
the Viking longship
like I
is
said before
one
when
of
I first
the
ranted
biggest
about it when we
images that
first
all
saw it,
have when we think about
the only thing I
Vikings
expect to
in
be
our game.
fixed with the work
And
in
so
progress
Vikings have
model
this awesome
is the visuals. So I
design
expect
for
it to look
longship to have a
sharper
very
when the
shallow
final
hull,
product.
so permit
You know,
them
them to
go very
prioritize
far
4K
inland
probably,
very quickly,
and then it's
you
going
can
to be
basically
30
disembark,
FPS. That's
Viking
it.
raiders like
Same
on
thing.
pretty much any shore.
What you're getting is what you
We
get.
added that into the game where you can basically sail up to any
Oh, man.
location and then
What,
just
Marlon
decide
likes
to
it?
disembark
Ah,
with your
no.
guys and raid a location, loot all its treasure, get back in the ship.
Oh, I
and then
said that.
continue
Deuce came on my
sailing down
neck,
the
bro.
river, to
I
your
gotta watch my
next
back, man.
opportunity.
Deuce came on my neck over it.
So I know past Assassin's Creed games allowed for songs and things like that to be sung on ships. Will Valhalla have a similar version of that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the crew of your ship to become like your home away from home. So we added stories and songs into.
Oh, they brought back
the ship.
shanties.
So
I remember
basically,
shanties
as
from
the
Black
player
Flag.
is going around,
You know, they
you
sing
can
'em.
decide to have your
Early
skull
in
sort of
the
sing a song for you
morning.
as you row down the river. But you can also
Oh,
decide,
boy.
depending on who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their
Yeah.
lives. So you can actually queue up stories, and they'll give you a little
I'm
bit more
not feeling
background
it.
on who they are. So you get to know your sort of fighters as.
Oh,
you're
Marlon's
traveling
hype for it? Hey, if he likes it, he likes it, you know? You like it, you like it.
So here
I'm not here to say you
a bit of a
can't like
different
it.
view.
If
What
you like it,
exactly
you
are we
like it.
looking at?
We had this on previous Assassins where you would like ride on your horse and you could pull out, have the horse sort of follow the track. We have a similar thing for the
Whew.
ship where you can put up your sails.
gonna be tough.
It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the scenery.
Let me
listen to
gather
some
my
songs
thoughts,
or some
guys. Let me gather
stories,
my thoughts.
and just take it all in.
So, you know, speaking of Viking songs, we have an activity here that's not exactly singing, but kind of related, right?
Yeah, so here what we have is what we call flighting, which was an activity that Norse people would partake in.
Rant is incoming now. I'm gonna go ahead and work on that right now and get this out the way. And yeah,
Back and forth between each other.
go all out,
The
guys.
idea
Don't
was to
worry.
try and
See you
have
guys
good
in that
insults,
video. Appreciate you guys showing up. If you guys want to check this out, I don't know if I have the link in the description to the stream here, but you guys can check it out. They're just pretty much showcasing more info on the game. Again, it looks exactly the same as Odyssey. From the dialogue choices you guys got me that I paused on, it's the exact same. You know, different execution. Some of these executions look good, but that's, you know, I'm not blown away. And keep in mind, with the possibility of games going up to $70. What you guys saw here, despite being a quote-unquote work in progress, which they put in big bold letters up top, does this scream $70 to you for next gen? And they're not giving you 60 FPS. Notice they skipped over that. They didn't say nothing about 60 FPS. They said nothing about performance mode. They said nothing about that for next gen systems. They immediately just said, oh yeah, combat, players, shanties, naval combat. That's it. No way that screams $70 to me. So, not to me at least. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Thanks again for showing up. Hit that like button if you did. Rant's incoming. Rant is definitely incoming. I gotta go ahead and get this out the way, man. See you guys on that one. Later.